The new Marvel show She-Hulk has been out for a couple weeks now, and it has gotten an intense amount of hate. But the question that I have is it worth it? What's going on, guys? That guy right here, and I wanted to talk about the She-Hulk, or as I've been dubbing it, She-Hate, because there's been a lot of talk about She-Hulk, and it hasn't all been good. In fact, very little of it has been good. But I wanted to give my take on the show She-Hulk because I too have been watching it. I've watched every episode since it's come out and tried my best to see both sides, to see why people don't like it or why they do like it. And I can kind of see both sides, but there are some comments that I've seen on some of the videos or some of the episodes that have posted that have made me question if people are actually watching the show. And to be honest with you, sometimes I don't know. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if people aren't watching the show, because before the show even launched, it had already gotten review bombed, getting 1 star on IMDb before anyone had even seen a single scene. But this doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you. I mean, when we saw Ms. Marvel got a great deal of hate as well. And that is why I'm dubbing this whole phenomenon, this whole hatred of the Marvel shows that have been coming out, She-Hate. And because let's be honest, there's really no other way to describe it. Now, some people may say that the show just simply isn't good, and it's okay to not like the show. It's okay to have a different opinion than the show. It's okay to watch a show. Maybe you watch the first couple episodes and you say, you know what, it's not for me. But people have just been destroying, ripping She-Hulk a new one, saying that it's out of character for her to be doing these things. It's uncharacteristic. The show is lame. It's bad. It's trite. It's stupid. And I feel like some of those critiques can be delivered in a more, constructive manner. But I think the show, or the comments that people have been delivering, just states that people are just angry. They just don't like the show. They were never going to give it a chance even before they saw an episode. And that's really what some of these comments have been alluding to. And let's be honest, I think that the main reason that people don't like She-Hulk is a lot of guys that don't like it, primarily. A lot of the comments that I've been reading on numerous videos and scenes about the show, just the general take on the show in general, is a lot of men not liking the show. And I think the reason is, and the same reason they didn't like Ms. Marvel, is because the show's not about them. It's not about the male perspective. It's not about superheroes being badass and doing badass things. Ms. Marvel, for example, was a coming of age story that talked about a young girl coming into her own and trying to become the very thing that she's wanted to emulate for so long, a superhero. She finally gets her opportunity to do that and don on a cowl and be the superhero that she's, or a similar version of the superhero that she's, idolized for so long, being in Captain Marvel. So she gets that chance. And I think that show was not meant for a very specific, it was meant for a very specific demographic. It was meant for, I want to say a young audience who, gets the opportunity to see that they themselves can be the very things that they idolize, whether it's a sports star, whether it's a superhero, comic hero. And I think that's, if you can tap into that young childhood side of you that wanted to be Iron Man, that wanted to be Captain America, then I think that show's very relatable. But I don't think a lot of people really looked at it through that lens. I think they wanted a show that was very much catered to them and was very much exactly what they had been wanting. And a lot of people will throw out comic accuracy. It's not canon. It's not comic book accurate, but I don't think they care about that. They don't really care about it. Like, a lot of the guys who've been complaining don't really care about comic book accuracy. They want a show that panders to them, that relates to them. And when a show comes out that doesn't, they'll say that it's female empowerment, it's female catering, it's the woman agenda. Like, and I think that's a little far-fetched. It's a little far-fetched to suggest that that's all the show's about. If you're looking at it through that lens and saying that that's all the show is trying to accomplish, you're not seeing the bigger picture. Because when we look at a show, like I said, like She-Hulk, She-Hulk is very much about a woman that has dealt with adversity, that has dealt with, being, berated or not treated as equal. And she's a lawyer, which, if you know anything about getting into law, it ain't easy, but she became that. And now she gets the chance to be a superhero. And she didn't jump into the role willingly. She's kind of been reluctant to that. But as we've seen over episode 2 and 3, she's kind of been a little bit more privy to jumping into that role, despite what she may have wanted. Because I think, and what we're going to see probably leading into episode 9, the final episode, is that she'll probably be a lot more willing, and this is a progression of her character, her hero arc in a way. And I love that what they've been doing with the character. Now, the character doesn't necessarily, relate to me as a man, but it doesn't have to. We got 3 full phases of a lot of that. You know, we got Captain America 1 through 3, we got Civil War, we got the Avengers. Like, a lot of those were catered to a male audience. And I think it's only now into phase 4 that Marvel has really started to lean into, you know, catering and pulling in and making characters that are relating to a different audience. And that's okay. I think, you know, I think that's okay. It doesn't have to be that. And if a show comes out, like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Miss Marvel. Like, I thought it was okay. It wasn't a bad show by any means, but it wasn't my favorite. But in a way, like I said, it doesn't have to be. And I think She-Hulk, all this hate that She-Hulk has been getting, I think is just, it's showing a lot of other insecurities and a lot of other hidden kind of, you know, disgust that a lot of men have been having about the show that aren't necessarily warranted at She-Hulk at all. Like, the show isn't bad, it's good. Meg Thee Stallion showing up, like, if you don't see why that's important or why that's significant, then you kind of got to educate yourself. Like, Meg Thee Stallion is a pioneer right now in women empowerment and just being your badass self and just enjoying and doing you and not really worrying or caring about what the industry says, what other people are saying. Like, Meg Thee Stallion is unapologetically herself. And I think that's why she's so relatable. She's also an incredible rapper. And she gets a chance to be in the MCU and be a cameo. And that's awesome. Like, who would turn down that opportunity? Like, nobody. Like, so obviously she's gonna do that, and I think that's great. But that's my general thought. I think She-Hulk is a great show. I think it is doing exactly what the character of She-Hulk would do. It's breaking the fourth wall. It's being comedic. It's being humorous. You know, we wouldn't be this upset if Deadpool was twerking. Like I said this in another video. If Deadpool was twerking with Matthew McConaughey or Channing Tatum or something, we would be laughing at that. We'd be like, Deadpool is just, he's being so funny. He's Deadpool being Deadpool. And I think because we're seeing it from a different lens, we're seeing, you know, women do this sort of thing. Now everyone has an issue. I don't know, but you guys let me know if you're thinking, hey, Rye, this is completely off pocket, it's out of pocket, this makes no sense, the show isn't good, and you're crazy. Or if you think, you know what, I gotta agree with you, Rye. I think this show potentially has the opportunity to be something special. It may not be about us as guys. That's okay. It's not every show needs to be about us. We got plenty of shows. If you want to see a show completely about, you know, male empowerment, like, go watch Iron Man, go watch Captain America. Like, those shows very much feed to that. But we're in a different phase of Marvel, and Marvel's doing some different things, and that's not a bad thing. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think, whether you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear your opinion respectfully. And as always, like and comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got more videos talking about the latest in pop culture, movies, TV, video games, anime, all that good stuff coming out every single week. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks so much for watching.